Whenever I go out and meet somebody that I used to know, they always ask me this one question: how have you made so much progress since the last time I saw you? And I tell them, I just drink milk, bro. Yet in actuality, I don't actually drink milk. I just train every single day. In this video, I'm going to tell you how I've been able to do that without burning out and the exact daily routine that I've used to get me from this to that in only 2 years. Now, when I just got into fitness, I had gotten into this vicious cycle that was preventing me from making progress. Now, that cycle looked like this. I would overtrain. First of all, overtraining, meaning I would do a lot of sets per muscle, depending on what the workout is. I would do so many sets. Then from that overtraining comes in the soreness, meaning I would feel sore for about 2 to 3 days, depending on how hard I actually hit the workout, because I had overtrained. So my muscles need to recover. So that soreness hits in quick. Now, since I had the soreness, I would miss days, taking days off, calling them rest days, saying that, oh, bro, I'm sore, so what am I supposed to do? I have to rest. And when you're resting, the muscle is growing, which obviously is a fat lie, very, very fat lie. And then because I've taken rest days, I would end up getting shame. I would feel shame and guilty. I would feel guilty with myself that I've missed a few days. So because I'm feeling guilty and shameful, then I'm more likely to overtrain the next time I go to the gym, because now it's like I have something to prove. I'm Arnold. I'm trying to be a bodybuilder. No. So that became a vicious cycle. And this went on for so long, for about 1 year to even 2 years. Those were the first years of my progress, of my fitness. And I made like this amount of gains. Very little gains. Because I was not really taking it seriously. And I was not really making it a daily habit. Now I'm going to give you a couple of actionables that you can use so that you can make your fitness into a daily habit. The first one, controversial one. I like to start off controversial, man. You get me? The first one is take your shirt off, bro. Take off your shirt. Look at me. Look, bro. Look at me. Look at me. You know what I mean? Oh. I'm literally shirtless in the golf course. Look around, bro. I'm in the golf course. I'm shirtless. A lot of people are scared of doing this. And the reason why they're scared of doing this is because they're out of shape. Obviously, you cannot take off your shirt when you have a fat belly and you don't have like abs. Literally, it looks bad. And you have like man boobs. It doesn't look good. So it's justified for such people. But you see, you just started getting into fitness. You've just gotten into fitness. You're literally a fitness guy now. You're a fitness guy. People look at you and they be like, yo, your arms are looking big. You definitely have got a few compliments about your physique. Why are you scared to hide? Why are you scared to show it, bro? Why are you hiding it, bro? You can't be hiding it. You can't be like treating yourself like you're a fat person. You see, the thing is, the guy who hides his physique will constantly have that. It's one of those things like the cycle that I mentioned. It becomes a vicious cycle. Because you hide your physique, then you end up under training because you're not feeling so. It ends up making your self-image be like the kind of person who is hiding his physique, which is a fat person or a skinny person, someone who's not proud of their body. So because you hide your physique, you make less progress in the gym. Because you make less progress in the gym, you hide your physique. So it becomes a cycle. It becomes a cycle of just no gains or even less gains. It's a waste. You want to make your gym time productive. You want to make sure that you're getting all the gains that you can. Start taking off your shirt, bro. Start walking around shirtless. I don't mean everywhere, like you're out in public you're going for a meeting shirtless. It doesn't make sense. Not like in public gyms, because I'm sure that's also against a lot of gyms rules. You don't want to be breaking rules with this. But I mean, wherever you feel comfortable and confident, take off your shirt. Like at home, you can be wearing a shirt at home. Take off your shirt. You see, when you walk around shirtless, it's like you have a lot of time to see yourself and for people to see you. You're exposing an insecurity. You're exposing a weakness. And because you're exposing a weakness, now the world will give you feedback on how you can improve that weakness. If you keep hiding your weaknesses, they'll never get worked on. They'll never become strengths. You'll never change them. Don't hide. Don't hide behind the shirt. Don't hide there inside your shirt wearing baggy clothes. I don't like seeing that kind of thing. Like gym guys who wear baggy clothes. It doesn't help you. You should wear like tight clothes that bring out your physique. Stuff that affirms the fact that you are an exercise person, that you're a fitness person. Because it affirms it, then you're more likely to take your fitness more seriously than the peasants, the day-to-day normies, the goofies. Nah, bro, you're not a goofy, man. You can start taking off your shirt, especially if you've made a bit of progress. If you still feel like, man, I haven't made so much progress, bro, I haven't made enough progress, I can't take off my shirt. All I can say to you is, bro, expose it. Expose yourself. Take that big leap. It's not that difficult. You can't pretend like it's the most difficult thing. I was doing it when I was skinny. I used to take off my shirt. Obviously, those days when I was skinny, I used to think I was jacked, bro. But literally, I was taking off my shirt, skinny as hell. People are telling you, yo, there'll be that one relative who will tell you, put on a shirt, put on a shirt, put on a shirt. Because you're like making them feel pain. They'll be like, this person's exposing my insecurity. Because if I did that, it would be crazy for me. It would be like detrimental to my self-image and my image in public. But I want you to ignore those people. Ignore them. Ignore them. Especially if someone tells you, bro, put on a shirt and you see that they have a belly, tell them to take off their shirt. That's me. That's what I do. But not in a disrespectful way, just like banter. But don't take it personal. Take off your shirt. That's gonna help you solidify that self-image of a fit person, and ultimately you become more consistent. Now, the next actionable that I can give you is short, full body training, which is what I do. So I train full body because our muscles listen to frequency and not intensity. They listen to volume, number of sets per muscle group per week. That's what the muscle really responds to. So you should have a minimum of 10 sets per week. Yeah, that you're hitting 10 sets minimum. So for me to hit 10 sets, it would be stupid for me to compress them into maybe, let's say, 3 sets on Monday, 3 sets on Wednesday, and 3 sets on Friday. When in between I could be hitting the muscle more and gaining that extra stimulus. Because that stimulus is what helps you even produce that growth hormone that makes you grow muscle faster. Meaning that you showing up every single day is better. So what I would rather do instead of that version of doing 3 sets Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is I would rather do 1 set Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Not even one, 2 sets. Let's just set 2 sets the whole week. The whole week. Now, if I hit 2 sets the whole week, in the first scenario, I'm getting 9 sets the whole week, right? Because it's 3, 3, 3. That's 9. Now, in the second scenario, when I'm actually doing it full body every single day, I'm doing only 2 sets every single day. That means that it will two the whole week. That'll be 14 sets. You see what I mean? 9 and 14. Literally, the muscles listen to volume. 9 is not as much as 14 sets per muscle per week. So it's a hack to show up every single day. And it's easier because those 2 sets are not as hard as the 3 sets. And yet it's like more volume. Isn't that crazy? So make sure that you're doing short, full body sessions every single day. The way that I like to structure my full body sessions is I'll have a session in the morning and I'll have a session in the evening so that I can save time, cut it in half. So in the morning, I'll do a few workouts, whatever is available. This morning, I did dips and pull-ups because the gym was open, the nursery school gym that I worked out from. It was open at the moment. So I went there and I did some dips and I did some pull-ups. Sometimes I'll do push-ups. Whatever is available in the morning is what I do. Then in the evening, I'll go to that same gym that I'm talking about. That's where I'll actually use weights. That's when I'll get in every single muscle that I haven't gotten in. Some days I'll miss certain muscle groups, but the thing is, I am more consistent than I've ever been. Let's put it like that. More consistent than I've ever been. It's because I use that kind of routine. I have this whole routine inside of the consistency blueprint. That's why I'll teach you exactly how to make it for yourself. And that's a top link in the description. Go and check that out. Now, the third actionable is to train at the same time every single day. The reason why you do this is because our body listens to patterns. Our body responds to patterns. If you want to solidify maybe that motivation, to work out, then you need to be training at the same time every single day. Yes, there is a window, of course. When I say the same time, I don't mean exactly 9 a.m. every day, every morning, 9 a.m. No, there's a window, of course. You can do it like between 8 to 11, like the mornings. That's pretty much like the same time. If you're training every single morning around 8 a.m. to like 10 to like 11 a.m., then you're actually getting in. It's like the same time. That's the same time. When you do that, it helps you solidify workouts into your routine. It makes it a non-negotiable. Every single day you wake up and you feel like, oh yeah, I need to do this. Even when you, on a normal day, you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have done your workout. You wouldn't have felt like it in the first place. But when you make it a habit and you make sure that that habit is standard, it's standard procedure. This time, it's time for me to work out. I like to, I don't want to, I don't want to put it only in fitness. I like to take it into general life. In my life, what I do is I use a calendar, Google Calendar. The calendar helps me stay consistent with all my habits. It's so easy, like for me to fall off from a habit if I'm not actually seeing it on my calendar, or like to fall off from something that I'm supposed to do and not do it. If I'm not seeing it on the calendar, I'll not do it. You can't tell me to do something and me do it when it's not on the calendar. Trust. So what I do is I plot out my whole day. I use a calendar every single day for everything that I need to do, all the habits that I need to do. They are all on my calendar, meaning that I will not miss my workouts because workouts are part of that whole schedule. So I train twice a day, as I mentioned, and it's a standard. Because if I don't do it, I'll even feel depressed. Because I've made it a stand. The fact that I do it every single day at the same time means even those days when I'm sick, like recently I had food poisoning. Bro, in the mornings I didn't know what to do. I was feeling sick, but I wanted to work out, but I couldn't. I didn't know, like I felt empty. I felt so empty. So when you work out at the same time every day, it solidifies it and makes it a habit. And that's what you need for you to be consistent, for you to see progress. Next, study the grades. Hey, Steve Jobs said, be hungry, be foolish. What does this mean? The guy who is constantly learning will always beat the guy who feels like he knows enough. Arrogance is one of the main reasons why people don't make success in any area of their lives. Because they're arrogant, they feel like, I know and I don't want to learn anymore. That's a bad mindset. I want you to be open minded. I want you to consume, to learn. Don't consume to just like be there wasting time, dopamine, passing time. No, consume to learn. Change your YouTube algorithm. Like I do, I change my YouTube algorithm to show me fitness videos, educational fitness videos, to show me business videos, all those stuff that actually aligns to my goals, stuff that aligns to the habits I'm trying to start, the habits I'm trying to solidify. So what I do is I study the greats. I'll watch a C-Bum video, C-Bum. I'll watch C-Bum talking about how he meal preps for his competitions. And from that, I'll be like, oh, okay, so that's how many calories he eats. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, that type of food, this is the type of food I should be eating. These are the times that he eats. I'm studying, I'm watching. I'm like, okay, all right, all right, all right. Denzel Washington, bro. Literally, you need to study the greats. The greats are this. That means that make sure that someone who has the blueprint, bro. That's what I mean by the greats. Someone who has a blueprint. That's the great. Make sure that you study those people. Watch YouTube videos. There's so many YouTube videos that can help you improve your form, that can help you build a workout routine, that can help you find people to train with, that can help you find the time to train. By the way, that's my channel. That's my channel. Everything that I just mentioned is literally on my channel, and the consistency blueprint that I also said. That's where I put the whole system. But basically, when you do this, like when you study the greats, you're brainwashing yourself with knowledge and information that can help you be more consistent in your fitness and take it more seriously. This is going to make you see so much progress, so many gains that you've been leaving off the table. Sorry, that you've been leaving on the table. Literally. When I started to watch these kinds of YouTube videos, my progress went phew. Now, the last actionable is to train at the gym, at your home, outside, inside, underside, everywhere. I want you to make training part of your lifestyle to the point where you cannot make that excuse of, I can't go to the gym. I don't have access to a gym. No, bro. Like, you cannot be missing the gym and saying that you don't have access to a gym. What about the guys who don't have access to a gym and they're still making it happen? E.g., me. Okay, I have access to a gym. I don't go to the gym. And by the gym, I'm talking about public gyms, commercial gyms, the gym. No, I don't go to the gym, but I go to gym. I do gym. Here is gym. There is gym. This gym. Literally, that means that my environment is my gym. So I'm able to do this because I go on YouTube and I look up new training styles. I'll go on YouTube and I'll look up calisthenics workouts. I'll look up body weight workouts, how to improve my push-up form, how to build my biceps from home. When I look up such videos, I will learn how to train almost everywhere. And it makes me flexible. It makes my fitness easy. Because I remember I had gone for a trip about 2 months back and I was still training every single day, but there was no gym in that area. How? I would do push-ups. I would do some dips somewhere. I would probably find somewhere where I can do pull-ups, but that was always hard. I would do some squats. I would do calf raises on the side of the chair. I would do tricep like extensions, like some sort of calisthenics tricep workout. I'll train every single muscle that I can because I was making the most of what I had. And you can only do that if you go and you do research, like I mentioned, studying the greats. That's going to help you. So you make sure that you're that kind of person who can train every single place in every single environment. Make sure that you use every place like it's your gym. That's going to help you not make excuses and it's going to help you find workouts so easy. Basically, I have a video up on how you can start training outside by taking walks and training from outside. That's going to help you, man. That's I find it so fun when I take a walk somewhere and I train. But it's usually somewhere that's good, somewhere that's an inclusive environment for my workouts. That's what I do. So go and watch that video though. And I'm telling you, bro, if you start training from every single place, if you're that kind of person, flexible person, bro, your progress is gonna be crazy. Literally yesterday, I was at the hospital. My girl was sick, so I went to the hospital with her, and I was just there in the evening. And in the evening hours, that's when I gym. I gym at 6 p.m. and it was 6 p.m. right there. And my phone sent me that notification, and we were just sitting there waiting for her results. She was testing to see if maybe she was sick or something, and waiting for her results. And literally, I was like, nah. I put in like a podcast. We were both listening to it. And I stood up. I went to like the back of that room that we're in. And I just started like doing some calf raises. I just started stretching. I did a tricep workout. I did some squats, a bit of squats as well. I did what else did I do? That's all I did. But bro, I literally was training in the hospital. What the hell is that? Who trains in the hospital? That's what I was doing. But that's an example that it's because I know those training styles that I can do anywhere. And because it was 6 p.m. and because I had solidified my routine at that time, that means that I'll do it anywhere I am. You cannot miss me with a workout. I'll do it anywhere. Literally. If you want to start this daily routine today, I built the consistency blueprint for you. It has everything that I use to stay locked in from the mindset to the routine. That is the top link in the description. Before you leave, I noticed the 7 hugest mistakes. Is hugest even a real word? Hugest mistakes that a lot of young men make. So I looked in and I made a video about that. So you should probably go and watch that.